Welcome to day 8 of the training course. I want to start, before you even sit down, I want you to start by exhaling completely. Try and get every single bit of air out of your lungs before we begin, and then inhale, and then we shall start by sitting down, closing our eyes and focusing on the breath. Like we've done in previous days, you can put a mental note with your inhale 1, exhale 1, inhale 2. When you find yourself thinking, just observe the thought. Notice that you are thinking without judgment, without making a mental comment, and return to the breath. While you're aware of the breath and hearing the sound of my voice, I want you to focus or make yourself or allow yourself to be aware of the sensations of having a face. Can you feel perhaps muscles, the tension around your eyes, the muscles of your cheeks, heat, cold? And perhaps you feel as if you are behind your face. The you, the I, the consciousness that we are observing, is that actually in your head? Is that behind your face? Under investigation, actually falls apart. That could be a strange idea at this point, but later in the practice, it could be revealed to you that that concept is just another thought, which is actually an appearance in consciousness. Why do we feel like we are seeing from our eyes, hearing from our ears, when in fact those processes are occurring in consciousness? As you observe your face, or the feeling of having a face, and breathing and sounds, just play with that idea for a moment in your mind. If we only notice the fact that sounds, thoughts, and the feeling of having a face are only appearances in consciousness, then what are the implications of the idea of everything being in our head, or the feeling that we have of being behind our face? All that we know for sure about consciousness is the experience that we have of it. If for a moment you open your eyes, then what you are seeing is a field of light and shadow, which gives the impression of objects. Where is that appearing? It's in the same space that thoughts appear, that you hear sounds. It's in the same space that you feel that you have a hand, a leg, a bottom, a tummy, a head, a face. The only thing we have is raw sensation of consciousness. Sit with that idea for a moment. One way to illustrate this could be if you visualize an object. For example, I want you to visualize a key with your eyes open in front of you. How is that appearing? How did something appear which you know is not actually there, but in consciousness it did appear? So in that example, you made a thought appear in your visual field. Where does it appear? It appears in consciousness, the same as all the other sensations we've discussed. Your brain is constructing or organizing the senses in this way, but our only experience of that is the thing we call consciousness. If now you close your eyes, what can you see? There is still something to see. And it could be that in the previous sessions you only really registered or noticed darkness, and that appearance in consciousness wasn't something that you'd noticed previously, which doesn't mean to say that there isn't something there to see. Can you look into that darkness? There is, in fact, a lot to see. Plays of light, patterns. That's appearing in consciousness. And previously I mentioned an analogy of a room, which in fact now we can smash the walls of that room and it just becomes a wide space. So that space of consciousness. Now you have sounds, even the darkness, to notice thoughts and the feelings of our sense of having a body. Let's focus on those for the remaining minute of the session. Whatever appears, let it appear. There's no need to focus on any specific area. Just let whatever arises be the thing that you notice.